everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here. And that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do. And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
그래서 한글이죠?
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years. But it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities.
되게 있어 보이는데 진짜 때깔 너무 좋고.
It's not just one world.
그래픽이 좋아.
It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours. It's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it.
노맨 스카이 아니지?
From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
달도 갈 수 있다.
We realistically simulate the galaxy around you.
현실적으로 표현했다.
Our next-generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
와, 뭐야?
We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person.
3인칭도 가능하지만
and you can play it in first person.
1인칭도 역시 둘 다 되면 좋죠. 약간 프레임 저하 있는 것 같은데?
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale.
저거 도감에 추가되면
That usually
바로 노맨
involves
스카이인데?
exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources,
자원 채취 가능.
do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
아, 방산? 공격. 타격감이 여전히 그렇게 엄청 좋지는 않은데 괜찮아, 모드가 있으니까. 원래 안 좋아하니까. 아, 유튜브래.
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details. Food. We obsess over food.
바퀴벌레 아니야?
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
캡틴 하워드? 뭐야, 내 이름도 불러준다고? 진짠가?
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource-heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a colony war.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
뭐야 저 엄청 큰 괴물은.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in
저희가 좀 제일 큰
space.
대도시인가 봐, 제일 처음에 가는.
The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space. The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore. But these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation. And I think people are going to be really excited when they see all the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities. And by mixing and matching out that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
NPC도 똑같이 만들었다.
Hey, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
이렇게 정하는 거 아까보다.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point.
채용도 가능하고.
Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera! Is it really you?
He'll join your crew, and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
자녀.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
아빠인가 봐.
My God!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any
종교
issues.
같으면 봐주고.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
I'll let you discover that on your own.
특성이 아니고 동료를 제거하는 거 아니야?
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
외계인 심리 조종? 뭐야?
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
부스터? 부스터는 필수지. 외계인 꼬실 수가
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
주먹 뭐야? 이거 재밌겠다 주먹.
That one's a lot of fun.
그래 무슨 심리야?
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So I'm out there pickpocketing everyone.
소매치기 가능?
My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player.
NPC 되게 리얼하게 잘생겼네?
I like doing a death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
위에서 지뢰 떨고.
I like blowing stuff up.
적용맨. 뭐 찍지?
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures.
다른 성리, 괴물들.
Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the
거리
sun.
계산해서.
Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
자기만의 우주선.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship.
Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do.
와,
You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship.
와, 자기 커스텀할
And
수 있는
hire a crew to keep it up and running.
관리할 크루.
And it all
크루가 꽤
starts in
있네.
spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even
화물
do a little
미션이 있네.
smuggling.
화물선 할 수도 있고.
For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade
저것도.
everything you see here. And you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew.
주거 모듈 추가.
Adding cowling can change your ship's overall
덮개
silhouette.
추가.
An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps.
공룡 점프도
You
거리가
can
제한이
even
있나 보네.
fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want. The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
엄청 커지네. 버그 개 많을 것 같은데 괜찮겠어? 뭐가 뭐 요거저거 많이 다 놓았는데 이거
Our
괜찮겠나?
modified Frontier is a practical
버그가
ship, but with a little
괜찮을까?
creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
동물 모양.
The HMS Platypus, as I
우리
call it,
너구리호. 나름 멋있는데?
where it had like a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
저거 뭐야? 간다고 저게?
And while you can build your home among the
저게 뭐야?
stars the way you want to,
저기
you're
가네.
probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
와, 애들 많아졌다.
is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either
아까
find an
스토리 멤버.
artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each
뭐야,
companion
아,
comes with
스킬이
their own
있네요,
valuable
애들은.
skills for your
잘
ships and
몰라야겠다.
outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might
우정이
blossom into
사랑으로.
romance.
I don't know that I've
이현
ever
시간은?
really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
우주
Got any
정거장에서
room on
애들.
your ship for someone like me?
아, 애들 구할
You'll
수도 있고.
also meet potential crew members out in the world.
아마
Still
또
think there might be a spot for me on your ship?
죽어가던 애
I gotta get off this
살리니까
rock.
레어 안에
Assign crew to your
있겠다.
ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
이것만 해도 재밌는데 스토리에 뭐
And
것도
just
다
like
있다고?
companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
뭐야, 세네?
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
내가 원하는 멤버랑 우주선을 만들어서 우주 탐험, 우주 여행을 한다? 스킬도 있고.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do
pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers.
뿌듯하다.
Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous. And you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
아, 우주선도 찍네 스킬 같은.
Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
튀는 거야 바로.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight.
지금 실시간을 조종하는 건가?
You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
그때 배분하는 건가? 6레벨. 저런 거 털어먹으면 되지. 뭔 배달이요. 그냥 잡아서 털지. 사냥꾼이요.
Will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
시스템. 뭐야? 따로 공격하나 보네.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit.
바로 약탈.
You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
아, 쓰러뜨리고 도킹해버리기. 아니 어차피 죽일 거면서 왜 도킹하는 거야? 이거 아예 들어갈 수도 있네.
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship,
아, 내 거 돼버린대. 그래 온전하게 팔아먹을 수 있나?
and retrieve it at any spaceport.
아, 내 함대에 추가가 돼?
But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship. One will live you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship like the UC Vigilance.
연합 경비선 도킹. 수염을 타투했어.
Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
파티인가 보네.
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well.
개인적인 만남.
You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of
불러 세워서 정보 교환, 탈취까지 가는.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes.
이분은 미친 짓을
I
좋아하는데.
want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
좀 무서운데?
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this
근데 메인
universe.
퀘스트는 있을 거 아니야.
There
대도시에
are over
있으려나?
1,000 planets out there.
행성이
just
1000개.
waiting
아,
for
1000개
you to
자꾸
visit.
얘기하지 마. 불안해. 한 몇백 개만 돼도 되는데 왜 굳이
We want you to
1000개야?
feel like
1000개 이상?
explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear. We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
저건 바로 튀어야겠네. 레벨 높은 것도 있다. 28.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
난 저 시계가 가지고 싶다. 와, 패드도 괜찮네 디자인. 패드 이쁘다. 야, 말대로만 나오면 너무 갓게임인데 이거 괜찮겠어 버그? 뭐야 씨. 헤드 감고 왜 이렇게 잘해? 헤드 감고도 심연 기울였네. 저게 불이 들어온다고 저거?
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy.
모더들이 해결해 줄 거야.
So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explores. Our system builds the planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, or plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
친구 코? 뭐야? 터져버려. 총이 많다. 타격감이 옛날 시리즈보단 나아. 엄청 좋은 건 아닌데 원래 좀 타격감이 없거든. 얘네 거는.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way,
자원 깨기.
or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
똥컴? 아, 난 409라 다행이다. 난 괜찮을 듯. 버그는 안 걸리면. 너무 자신감 있게 말하니까 좀 불안하다. 근데 행성 간데 1000개인데 그 괴물 같은 놈의 색깔만 다르고 그런 거 아니지? 풀떼기는 어디 뭐 비슷하게 생겨가지고 관심도 없게 계속 똑같은 놈들만 나오고 아니지? 막 없고 막 경험이 있어가지고.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
그냥 생존 게임, 우주 생존 게임이라고 해도 믿겠어. 여기에 스토리도 트리플 A급의 스토리가 들어간다는 거겠지? 계속 보다 보니까 너무 불안하다. 괜찮을까 모르겠네. 우주 전투도 있고 우주선 꾸미기 집.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
소음기 좋다.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around.
부스터팩은 꼭 찍어야 되겠어.
And for giving you an edge in combat.
따로 찍는 게 있더라.
Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying.
유탄? 2번 정도 부스터 했는데 지금.
Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards.
무중력이라 뒤로.
Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting
에너지는 안 밀리고.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage. Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Oh.
Starfield's got you covered.
다이 때 자신감 있는데? 권총 좋아 보인다. 총은 되게 많은 거 봐. 얼려버리네. 뭐야, 칼. 로봇 씨. 뭐야 저거 날아가는 거 봐. 디테일하니까 날아가는 거 자전 가능? 우리 저기 공정 가능? 뭐야 저거는? 초능력이?
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spent all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets,
the day-night cycle.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom, the ending.
Beskap, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher,
brain sprout.
뇌세사?
I love, but some people might find creepy.
그거 좋아.
Oh, that's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
The engines go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
와. 일단 어떻게 나올지 모르겠지만 이거 지금 소개 영상만큼은 진짜 잘 만든 것 같습니다. 구성도 너무 알차고 뽕차게 잘 만들었다. 9월 6일 또 9월이야. 다 9월이야. 게임 패스 보너스. 보너스로 주네요. 디지털 프리미엄이 5일 일찍 사용 가능하네요. 더 되게 많은데 5일이면? 저거 시계 멋있더라. 저 시계 컬렉터스.